I'm Bev Parker. Thank you for joining me on another Independence Day episode where we are getting freedom and liberty and independence from the tyranny of paying good money for bad food. Today I have a special guest to help you with your Independence Day hamburger buns, and she is going to share from actually a Sally Lunn bun recipe from Tea with Jane Austen. So join us, Rebecca Parker, my daughter, and let's see how it's done. Rebecca is very good at making very good bread, even at high altitude where that is hard to do.
Hi! Okay, so we're going to start with 4 1/4 cups of flour. Now, this is a British recipe, so they go with grams and pounds, so you had to look up that conversion into cups. For a fine pastry flour, because every flour is different, so that is 4 1/4 cups of flour, and we're going to combine it with a teaspoon of salt. I love how pretty the pink Himalayan sea salt is. Okay, and I'm going to use a whisk to mix this up. Another good thing about using a whisk instead of a spoon is that it helps take out all the lumps. It's sort of like sifting it forward. Just make sure I got this all mixed up really well. Okay. This is to ensure you don't get a mouthful of salt later on when you bite into your bun. That aside for now. Next we go on to the wet ingredients. So we're going to combine yeast, sugar, eggs, and cream or milk. We have some really nice milk from just down the road, and you have to mix up the cream because it settles on the top. Last night I had a delightful cup of this with some cookies and several mouthfuls of cream, which was just divine. I would have been happy without the cookies. It was so good. Okay.
So can I ask a question for the audience?
Yes.
Is that milk okay, cold straight out of the fridge? It won't do anything to the yeast? Does it not need to be room temperature or anything? Or does it say?
It doesn't say so.
Just
normally
says
you
milk.
would think so, that, but I don't. It doesn't say to heat it up, so. We're just gonna keep going it.
Okay.
Let's see how this turns out. Okay, so yeast, which again we had to do some looking up what that is. Instead of 1/4 ounce or 7 grams, we have 2 1/2 teaspoons of yeast. Okay. One, 2 and half. Here we go. Alright, next we have 2 tablespoons of superfine or caster sugar. We do not have caster sugar in the United States. At some point I will have to order that. But we are going to use organic sugar that is very pretty. So it looks like something you'd find on a white sand beach. So, 2 tablespoons of sugar. Right. Now we have some organic eggs. Oh, they're green ones. I'm using the green ones. This is a good opportunity to crack them separately in a little cup, just to make certain that they're still good.
Oh, there's not a chicken in there.
That's it, yeah, because that happened once. Ooh, that's beautiful. So is the shell. Nice and orange. I don't know if you can see from there, but
No.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Here's the first one. Here's the other green one. Love green eggs. They're so pretty. And yet another beautifully orange shell and yolk. Okay. Put those aside. I'm actually gonna wash my hands real quick. Alright. Next, generous 1 1/4 cups milk or cream. I'm gonna shake this up again. It's so much fun. Alright. Okay. Now, I'm going to put this right back in the fridge. Right. So I could use a whisk again. I could use a mixer, stand mixer, hand mixer, but I'm going to use a fork because it's really better just to be able to feel it. Make sure I puncture the eggs first. I'm going to blend this thoroughly.
So you're going to pour the dry ingredients into the wet?
Yes.
So that makes it a little easier because you've got a bigger bowl. And because you won't have the dry stuck to the bottom of the bowl this way.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm having some stubborn little globs of yeast poke up, but I'm not going to be concerned about that because I just can't be. Okay. I can smell the yeast. So, nice color. Now don't be stubborn, yeast. It's not very nice of you. Make sure you really dig on the bottom. And now, I have to decide. I think I'm going to use a wooden spoon for this. I like this spoon. It's just right. You know? Like Goldilocks. Well, Goldilocks probably never had anything as good as this. Well, that's pretty. Okay. Now, according to the recipe, you mix this in until the dough is smooth but not sticky. And you add a little milk if it feels too dry. I think we should be quite all right. We shall see. It's starting to get a little stiff. I don't want to over. I'm gonna have to add some milk. Do you have any questions?
I just had a thought. At high altitude in a dry climate, a lot of times the flour gets really dry.
Yeah.
And so it does take more moisture.
It's the only thing. You have to kind of fiddle with your recipes a little bit until you get them, again, just right. So
the next thing is, do you put that out on flour as you start to knead, or how do you do that?
It needs to be kneaded on a floured surface for 10 minutes until it feels elastic. Put it back in the bowl, cover with a clean dish towel, tea towel, and let it rise for 1.5 hours.
Okay.
Don't worry, we won't keep you for the rising bit. Almost there.
Okay, I'm going to prepare your surface for you if you like.
Oh, thank you very much. We don't need any more of the milk. That can go away.
And this time tell me what you think. Does that look about right?
Let me see.
More?
So I'll put more on the top when I put it on there,
Okay.
so it'll make it easier.
Okay.
Okay. Trying to go with the recipe here until it's smooth and not sticky. But it's getting very tough to
Should
mix.
you use your hands?
No, that will just make it worse.
Oh, okay. That'd be more fun.
It would be. No, actually it
It's
would
looking
not.
pretty smooth.
Mm-hmm. It will be very smooth in just a minute. It's not supposed to be sticky. Oh well. They will taste delicious.
Yes, indeed.
Right. Onto the floured surface we go. You want to taste the dough?
No, you can do that. I'm sure it's good.
Come out.
This is very good exercise.
Yes, it is, especially the kneading part. Put some flour on the top so it can't be sticking to my fingers too well. Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome. So if you're a homeschooler, you just make glue. I mean, with just flour.
Yeah, seriously.
Don't go buying it. You don't need to. You do many miracles with flour.
Indeed. Alright, now I just knead this for 10 minutes until it feels elastic. And then I will cover it in a bowl for 1.5 hours. Alright, see you in a bit.